Hey guys, welcome to the Trash Picture Show. This is going to be my anime tag. This tag is centered totally around the subject of anime, particularly your favorite aspects of anime. And I hope you find it fun, I hope you find it interesting, and I hope you give it a go. So, the first question I am going to ask is, what is your favorite anime movie, be it new or old? I'm going to be a totally unoriginal sod and go with Akira. Yeah, essentially, this was released in 1987 and it spearheaded anime's popularity in the West. This movie is a visual sight to behold. Narratively, it is not the best because this is a 169-minute long movie and it has to contain 6 of these size mangas. This is fucking huge. This is a tomb of a book, and this is the first volume. So it was going to be next near impossible to get the entire narrative of the storyline into this anime. But they give it a go. And they do a commendable job with what they can. The story is set in 2019 in Neo Tokyo after a massive nuclear event, and it centers around 2 juvenile delinquents who are fated to basically have huge roles in both a governmental and a spiritual upheaval in the city. You have Tetsuo and Canada, and these guys are basically street rats. They're street urchins, and they become embroiled in something that is way beyond them. And it touches upon friendship, it touches upon religion, it touches upon government, the power government has, and it is just such a hefty storyline. But what it does get through, it doesn't, again, it's not narratively perfect, but what it does try and get through, it does well. And visually, it is amazing. There are so many directors, mainstream movie directors, not just animated movie directors, mainstream directors who hold this as an inspiration for their creations and for their cinematic vision. Akira, if you haven't seen it and you claim to be an anime fan, you're talking out your arse. You need to watch this. Again, not a perfect movie, but a spearhead in what is anime's popularity in the West, and it's an absolutely phenomenal and gorgeous movie to check out. So definitely check out Akira. Next question. The next question we have is favorite anime series. This is going to be a difficult one because I have a few, but if you put a gun to my head and said pick one now or I'll blow your brains all over the place, I would have to go with Samurai Champloo. I love Samurai Champloo. It's so fun. It's got so much heart, and it's from the creator of Cowboy Bebop. It's set in Edo era Japan. It involves a trio of strangers who become friends over the course of a journey, and probably my favorite character in it has to be Mugen. Essentially, this young girl, she works in a tea house that gets destroyed by Jin and Mugen. One is a Ronin and the other is a pirate, and they destroy where she's working. So she blackmails them into helping her find her father, the Sunflower Samurai. And there is just so much heart and so much comedy. There's one episode where Mugen, in order to save the other two, has to bring the head of a bandit to another checkpoint, and he has to get through an army of other bandits. And in order to escape, he sets a field on fire, not realizing it's a poppy, and it's a poppy field. And him and the entire fucking clan get absolutely wasted. There's another brilliant one involving an American ship that comes into port that challenges the local constabulary to a baseball game, and it's absolutely, if you haven't seen Samurai Champloo, you need to watch it. If you liked the likes of Cowboy Bebop, watch this because it is an absolute fucking treasure to watch. Next question 3. Favorite anime character? Again, I was going to go with Mugen, but I'm actually going to go with an old school one. And maybe some of you kids didn't hear this guy, but I'm going to go with Vash the Stampede from Trigun. I love Vash. He is such a rogue. He is so likable. He's an unadulterated flirt, but he is so likable, and he is the most lethal man in New Earth. But he's a pacifist. Like, this bounty keeps on getting added up and up, and his reputation keeps on getting built up and up. But one thing has remained constant. Like, he destroys entire towns, entire cities, entire settlements, but no one gets killed. And that's down to him. He will not let anyone get killed. And probably his interaction with characters is fantastic. He's so damn likable, and him teaming up with like Reverend D. Wolfwood is so fucking good. If you get a chance, go back, dig it out, if you can find it online, find it online. If you can find it on DVD, find it on DVD. If you have to dig out a VHS tape, find it in a VHS tape. Again, Trigun and Vash the Stampede is my favorite anime character. Question 4, favorite anime crush. I am going to have to lower my standards when it comes to anime and go with Saiko Bushishima. And yeah, wow, she kicks arse. Not just for the way she looks. She looks fucking gorgeous. Again, it's an anime character. I know I'm a grown man, but she is awesome. She is a kendo student and an expert at kendo, and is one of the members of the student faculty who escapes their school in High School of the Dead. And yeah, again, High School of the Dead is 90% fan service, but there's a depth to the character. There's like, she will not use a katana for the majority of the series, and she explains to one of the characters that she was set upon and some dude attempted to rape her, and she absolutely battered the shit out of him, and as a result she enjoyed it. So that's why she is very hesitant to actually use a katana. She uses, for a majority of the series, she uses a kendo training stick. But yeah, Saiko Bushishima, I'm having trouble pronouncing the name, but yeah, I love that character. Part femme fatale, part badass, and wow. So yeah, again, I know, very lowbrow, but I got that. But yeah, that's my anime crush. Question 5. What is one anime that is messed up or fucked up that you would recommend that someone tries and watches once? I am going to go with Berserk. Berserk is interesting because the first series, it came out in 1997, and it is definitely kind of part of the old guard of like really kind of adult themed anime, and it's based off a manga that's incredibly kind of adult and graphic, not only in its depictions of sex and violence, but certain themes as well, such as like child abuse and like blackmail and slavery and kind of just the idea of the story is set in a kind of medieval European continent, and focuses around the character of Guts, who is a mercenary who joins the band of the Hawk. And he, because of his upbringing, he has major trust issues. And the only one he seems to gravitate towards is Griffith, who's the leader of the band of the Hawk, a very enigmatic a very enigmatic mercenary leader who has ambitions of becoming higher than his station, and there is a friendship and an understanding. Griffith has gone through some of the same harrowing shit that Guts has gone through, but whereas Griffith is incredibly manipulative and can get he does have a soft spot for Guts, but he is incredibly manipulative. He isn't able to kind of bend Guts to his will, and I think that makes Griffith even more desperate in the later part of the story. Adding to the complexity of the story is also the character of Casca, who is in love with Griffith, and she has gone through, like Guts and like Griffith, she has gone through some absolutely harrowing shit, and she she wants to be an important part of Griffith's future and his plans for the future. And as a result, she doesn't realize that there's someone else that is incredibly protective and incredibly caring of her, and that's Guts. And that's, you have this absolutely beautiful but tragic love triangle, and by the end of the story, Griffith has done something absolutely unforgivable and horrible. Casca has received the brunt of that, and Guts is broken all over again. And it's a lot deeper than what you might initially think. Yes, there is a lot of gore. There's a fuck ton of gore in this show. There's a fuck ton of violence. There's some very kind of questionable themes involving sex and sexual assault. But at the core are these broken people who are trying to connect with one another. But at the same time, there is a toxicity towards their interactions that makes the situation even worse. And the thing that's heartbreaking is, near the last part, Guts and Casca finally kind of realize they're kind of meant to be together. And then, in an effort to save Griffith, things go tragically wrong, and Guts literally makes it his mission to go to hell to for Casca. And I'm not going to give it away. I will say, watch watch the original 1997 one. Watch the Golden Age arc, which came out, I think, in 2012. I could be wrong, 2012. But avoid, like the fucking plague, the one that came out in 2016, because it's absolutely shit. The animation is shit, and the voice acting is shit. If you're going to watch Berserk, watch either the original 1997 traditional animated one or the Golden Age arc, which is fantastic. It's a really good show to check out. I would recommend the Golden Age arc. But yeah, again, that's the one anime that's kind of fucked up, but I think everyone should watch at least once. And lastly, number 6, recommend an anime that no one has heard of. So I'm going to go with this one. This is called Ring, Daughters of the Mesonomine. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It's part detective story, part supernatural thriller, part 50 Shades of Grey. If you liked something that's a bit kind of a bit hard boiled and also a bit kind of risque, I would definitely go with Rin, because it's nice throwback to the likes of say Wicked City and Golgo 13, and it's a lot more clever than it seems. It is fairly raunchy. It is fairly messed up in scenes, but it's also very interesting. You have Rin, who is apparently a descendant of an angel who's reincarnated, and she can't die. And there's other there's other kind of individuals who are members of her kind that can't die, and she's brought into conflict with them. And it spans, I think, over maybe 100 years, maybe 150 years. But again, really good series. No one seems to have heard of it. And yeah, if you like something that's a bit more raunchy, a bit more adult, but also very clever, definitely check that out. So yeah, that is my anime tag. That's my 6 questions. And this is who I am tagging for my tag. I'm going to tag Wabanashi, Sadie, you might know her, she's starting another channel. Revi Reviews, she does some really cool anime action figure reviews, and she's actually starting off her channel as well. Ethel Cross from 13 Originals, Deacon Munster, because the dude loves his anime, and yeah, Queenie Todd, and also Mark's Monsters. So yeah, that is my anime tag. If you're watching this, feel free to take part. I would just say, if you're going to do it, maybe leave a link in the comments below, and other people can see the source of the tag. So yeah, my name is Martin. This has been the Trash Picture Show, and yeah, have a good one. Take care. Bye now.